let's chat about the one thing that seems to be the prevalent conversation on the internet. Baker Mayfield, Seattle Seahawks. This is happening, and is it definitely the Seattle Seahawks? Because Jimmy G is not going to go to Seattle, and he's going to be the other quarterback that's going to be up. So the Seattle Seahawks only have one veteran quarterback option available at this moment, aside from Drew Lock, who got buried by the
U.S. Open tennis.
But then he came back.
Yeah.
Drew Lock came back. Good internet between those two. I appreciate those two a lot. But Baker to Seattle seems like a foregone conclusion on the internet. Is that right or not right?
It is not right.
Oh,
What?
no.
I know. It's the fact
good
that you
for Drew.
sometimes can't.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks hate him, though, so.
Seahawks don't like Ian. Yeah, the fans don't like Seahawks. Seahawks fans do not like Ian Rappaport.
Yeah.
Why not?
That is
Golf's
not
too much.
true.
Sounds like it's true.
That is not. I might even go visit their camp this year. I'm doing my
idea.
camp tour logistics. I may even stop by just because they like me so much.
Wow.
Well, you don't think that's happening, though? Why do you think that's the case?
I just, there's a couple times a year when this happens where you get like an internet rumor that kind of takes on a life of its own. And believe me, like I always check, and I've heard nothing to corroborate Baker to the Seahawks at all. And like, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of all this. Like maybe this guy announces he's trolling us, but like, it seems crazy to me, but they have never really been that interested in Baker. Like what they have wanted is a Drew Lock v. Geno Smith battle. And like talking about like training camps could be a grind and like sometimes not that exciting despite football being back. That is going to be a fascinating training camp because we're going to see them like literally battle it out on the field. And I don't know which way it's going to go. It seems like Geno has a little bit of a leg up now, but that's going to be a fun battle.
All right.
Ian, do we know what Baker wants to do? Like what his preference would be, where he would like to play?
I mean, it seems like he wants to be gone, which I know sounds dumb, obviously, but like, we don't know who the starting quarterback for week 1 is going to be for the Browns. So like in a different universe, Baker could be like, all right, well, I'll just stay here and start for however many games. And we'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson. But he doesn't want that. He still wants to be out. Obviously it's been the Carolina Panthers that have been most aggressive. I know some people thought a deal might happen by the end of minicamp. It did not. So we'll see if as we get closer to camp, things pick back up. Like if a trade is going to happen, it's probably going to happen before training camp at some point. So that seems the most likely. If he's traded, we still just don't know if he's going to be traded.
Okay, so let's talk about the ifs and whether he'll play with the Browns or not have to play with the Browns or who the Browns will have. Deshaun Watson's hearing with the NFL, the NFLPA, and Judge Robinson has concluded. When should we look for a ruling from her, and what are the next steps, you think?
Okay, so it's July 5th now. Post-trial briefs are due in the week of July 11th, so next week. And then presumably she would have to read all of them and sort of process all that, right? So
Perfect week.
what we're probably – I mean, I would assume, unless she has someone read it for him, just be like, here's what they say. That's what I would do. Cliff notes, like whatever kids have nowadays. I mean, I read all the books, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're a nerd. Of course you did.
Right.
Not like Pelissero.
So I would imagine the week, Pelissero was reading every page of that. Like Book Report too, he's reading all the books. And
They didn't read him.
Anyway.
They just plugged him
Just kind of like, just right into the brain.
Yeah. See, Robinson said,
like,
what?
Yeah. Beep, boop, 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 beep.
The NFLPA said, no.
0101.
Page 240, calculating into my brain right now. Please hold while I get a better breakdown of what this memo says.
Make teeth whiter.
Open Twitter app. I have figured it out. That is what Tom Pelissero does every memo. That is awesome. It's unbelievable you guys got that guy. What a fucking weapon, dude. What a weapon.
I mean, and COVID was a lot of things and pretty bad, but man, that generated a lot of memos, and that was he was in his heyday, man. It was his time.
Yeah.
Is he one of the
dominating?
Is he one of the greatest readers of our times, you think?
If you call it reading, I would say processing. Yeah.
True.
For a while, speed reading was a thing. Have you ever seen the speed reading infomercial? Do you remember that from like growing up?
No.
You could
Micro Machines guy?
No, not the Micro Machines guy, although I respected that guy because that guy was awesome.
The
you could
Six
take
Flags
like a course
Oh, yeah.
and learn to speed read. I was always jealous of that.